Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Not London Narratives. Guys, it feels good to be back. Um, I haven't done a live in a while. I haven't been feeling too good health wise, and I've had to take a break. I will be finishing my injections tomorrow morning. I took one this evening, took one this morning as well. I also have had issues with my ear, so I'm getting treatment for a lot of things. So that's why I haven't been able to do lives. And I lost a couple subs, which breaks my heart. But I mean, my health comes first, so it's fine. It's perfectly fine. But yeah, a lot has happened since I have been away, if that's what you want to call it. And I think it has been crazy times, to be honest, to say the least. I do have a couple things to say. I want to start with Livy because I spoke about how I was excited and whatever. But now, upon reviewing or listening to a lot of people's opinions on things, listening to different thoughts, different angles, and me going over it in my head, I do have a different feeling about the whole thing. I think to a certain degree, I felt sad for Levy because this is something that he has put in a lot of work into, and it's quite sad that he, if the reports are correct, was pushed out of the club. Um, I do think that, like a lot of people have suggested, the main problem is the ownership, and they've just used Levy as the fall guy. And I'm excited to see what the future holds for Tottenham. And when I say that, I do mean other transfer windows as well as a possible takeover. My preference would be an Arabian sugar daddy. I think we are long overdue an Arabian sugar daddy. I want to win, and I don't think that the current ownership we have the ambition I have for my club. So yeah, that being said, that is just my take on it. I do think that the club wants to sell. I do think that even though they've come out to say, oh, they don't want to sell, nobody actually comes out to tell you that they want to sell. Everything is for sale, sorry, just at the right price. And like I said, nobody actively comes out to tell you that, oh, I want to sell. They always come out and say, oh, I don't want to sell, I don't want to sell. And then money comes and it's a different conversation. So yeah, that's my take on that. Ange is back in the Prem. And I honestly don't know how to feel. I hate his press conferences. I I hated his press conferences. But I think my relationship with Ange is one of those where I feel like we are better apart. Like when Ange was at Spurs, I had my issues with him. I was grateful and I wanted him to get another chance after we won the Europa League. But it's one of those relationships where when you're close to each other, you absolutely are fuming with the person and you might not like the person so much. But watching his press conference as the Nottingham Forest manager, I couldn't help but smile and be happy for him. But as my manager, even though I wanted him to have a chance, considering the context of last season and him giving us the trophy, mm, I think it's best he left. And I do understand it. I'm not going to act like I do not understand the rationale for getting rid of him. So yeah, I am grateful for what he has done for my club, but like I said, I think it's one of those relationships where is best we're best apart. So yeah, I think that is my relationship with Ange. I think it was an absolute breath of fresh air, and I found it interesting that he said that he knew that the sack was coming. I found that very interesting as well. So yeah, that's my take on that. On the Nuno sacking, mm, I think that it wasn't something I would say I expected. Um, it sort of came out of nowhere, and I was listening to Marinaka's his interview a couple days before. I don't know, maybe I listened to the interview late, and he was talking about how everything was fine, and you have ups, you have downs, and this and that. And next thing, Nuno is sat and he's in. I'm like, what's going on here? I thought everything was resolved and I thought everything was fine, but I guess I was wrong. Um, but yeah, honestly, I understand it. Do I think Ange is the right person? I think it's tricky because while I I'm not going to come here and act like because Ange is away from my club or because Ange won us the Europa League, he's the best or he's the worst manager ever. I do think that his system could work. The thing was, I just thought you needed players with the ability and consistency of a Rodri, and those are unicorns. And availability of Hoybier. Yeah, I think that's how I put it. And they're unicorns. They're very hard to find, and I think it can work. And I do think that while a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people, like in the way they've reported it, like spoken about this whole Ange thing has been a bit biased. Do I think Ange is the best manager in the world? No, but I do think that players like Brennan Son at the age he was weren't exactly suited to what the manager was trying to do. And I think players like an Hudson Odoi, Elanga might suit it better. I don't know how good Elanga's dribbling is, but I know Odoi will fit it. So I do think that there is a case to be made. I do think the midfield is good as well. I do think that he could use Kalimuendo as his main striker, but use Chris Wood in the way he used Richarlison. So for crosses, I do think that there are fragments to work with. Do I think that Milenkovic is suited to running in behind and a high line and whatever? Running behind, sorry, to catch a man. Maybe not, but I don't know if you guys can hear the plane. There's a plane going by, so sorry about that. If you've come this far, please smash the like, please, at least if not for anything, for my good health. Thank you. Um, so yeah, I think that a lot of the reporting has been a bit biased. I do think that there are things to work with there. I don't think he's the perfect manager or the best things is sliced bread, but I'm excited to see how he does first. And I think he has learned. Like he was somebody that used to go with different coaching staffs. Now he came with the coaching staff at Spurs. He last season didn't seem to rotate well enough his players. Now I think he has learned from that as well. So I do think that he has learned from certain things. I do think that there are things that he has improved. So yeah, I think I'm excited to see. I would keep an eye on Forest. I do think that Forest are one that excites me because I was going to do a video on. whether we should start talking about first on this channel, and if like there are somebody like a club that people think can break into the top, what do people call them, top nine, as I say. So that's the traditional top six: West Ham, Newcastle, and Aston Villa. And I think first, slowly but surely, are breaking in, and I'm excited to see that. And I think with Ange, there are more box office and more memorable, more talked about. That's the thing with Ange. I felt like there was a lot that came with Ange. Like I think Ange is like that ex that I wasn't happy when I was with her, but I'm happy to see her happy. Do you get what I'm saying? Like she's with somebody else, I'm happy for her. And I'm happy that she's with somebody else. She's a nice person. It just couldn't work out between us. And the thing about Angie is I feel like there was always too much with Angie. Like the managers that we've had in recent years, I think they drag too much attention to Spurs. And Spurs is already a club that a lot of people like to talk about. Like a lot of people like to talk about Tottenham Hotspur all the time, as much as they can. And having a manager in Thomas Frank that I feel like is more of like a calming personality, sort of tones down the conversations on Spurs to a degree. Like in the past, we've had Jose, we've had Conte, we've had Ange, and these guys are box office. They give the media something to chew on, but managers like Thomas, not necessarily. So I'm very grateful for that. I think the less attention you have on you, the more you can focus on what you're trying to do. And off the top of my head, I think back to Arteta and how COVID, when they were having eighth finishes and whatever, luckily for them, fans were not in the stadium and things like that. And there was less scrutiny and it was more hush hush and more relaxed and whatever for him. And I look at how well that has worked for him, even though they're yet to win a trophy. So yeah, I do think that having like that sort of personality for us and what we aim to be works better. But for Forest that are absolutely box office, are always in the news for one thing or another, I do think Ange fits them. It's about the fit for the club, not necessarily like anything else, if you get what I mean. Um please like, please subscribe and turn on post notifications. Um but yeah, on the ownership, like I said, I do think that they want to sell. I will be doing match predictions, so let me check quickly. I would really like for you guys to turn on post notifications because you guys, majority of the time, people come here late, and I don't know where everybody is. Maybe because I haven't been active for a while now. But um, I will do match predictions tomorrow. My own match predictions, and Spurs play on Saturday. Interesting. So I'll do my predicted lineup as well and my score predictions for every Premier League game. I think I will work on that tomorrow. So yeah, if you're new here, please like, please subscribe, and turn on post notifications. So as soon as I come on, you come on with me and you can leave in comments because that makes the video longer. Because when you ask me questions, I'm able to respond, and I prefer a more engaged audience. So yeah, I prefer that. So yeah, I would like if you guys can do that. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I am very grateful, and I'm sorry I haven't been active. I Like I said, I haven't had the best health. Look, I have a lot of medicine inside here, so I haven't had the best health, but I'm back now, and hopefully I'm stronger, and I will be more active. I will, God willing. And also, I think even aside from my health, I do think that there wasn't much to talk about. So I just like considering all the factors, I was just like, yeah, okay, let's just take a break and let me rest because I am exhausted and I feel weak. And also, like, I think this is what people in America call flu season. So you know when the weather is changing and like you get sick because the weather is changing, like you feel weak and whatever. I think that's what's happening to me. So yeah, and aside from that, I also have some other things that I'm trying to treat. But like I said, I finish my injections tomorrow. Yeah, and I'm also treating my ear. My ear got blocked. Horrible experience, honestly. I just treated it today. That's what my medicines are for, and things like that. So yeah, like I said, if you're new here, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Turn on post notifications as well. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll do my weekend predictions tomorrow, and it's good to be back. It is good to be back. Honestly, it is. So yeah, take care, guys. Please leave a like. Please subscribe once again, and turn on post notifications, and be active. Come on, comment. Please comment because it makes the video longer. It makes it more interesting for me. It makes it more interactive for me, and it's more exciting when I'm talking to people and I'm getting to know people from all over the world. Honestly, it's incredible how technology works. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. Once again, like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time on Not London Narratives. Have a lovely day. Ciao.